Hey, what's up? I'm DJL7. I'm an Asian American man living in New York City, and I'm going to tell you why Andrew Yang must be stopped.
I live, you hear me?
Straight from the streets of New York City, it's DJL7.
All right, so there's a new poll in the New York City mayoral race, and it shows Andrew Yang with quite a significant lead here.
The fact of the matter is that I have a political background. I've been, involved with, a bunch of different groups over a long time. I'm much older than I look. I'm actually in my 40s, mid 40s at that. So the thing is that I came into the campaign knowing a lot more than most other people. And very interesting article that was also posted by this guy named Andrew Laundrie, I think actually does a great job of capturing many of my own complaints about the campaign. I can get into more specifics, but this is actually a very good article right here, andrewlaundrie.medium.com, right? And I do have this on my Twitter, which is called Squid Chronicle. Yeah, so you can see over here he has a who am I, why now? He's some guy from Wisconsin. He talked about the Humanity Forward, about how there was an uncomfortable takeover of the Humanity Forward movement group by Andrew Yang. Then he talks about unqualified friends, one of them being Zach, who I also will have had complaints about before I even ever read this article, which I just came across it very recently. But he also complains about Zach Grauman, who's just completely unqualified to lead this campaign. He turns a blind eye to toxicity, and I've even heard, going beyond this article, that there's been a sexual harassment issue that led to a they had to withdraw some kind of NDAs that they were making people sign. And I had warned people when I came into Yang Gang way back. I had sent several warnings to them, which I have evidence of. I can show all the receipts for that I had warned them about these NDAs, because I said, look, these are a problem. I made videos for them and all that. And they just, were wowed by celebrity and were convinced to, make the celebrities happy. And then now there's victims. And I've seen it before. They just didn't know. I told you, I didn't know it would go this bad, but, it's just generally a bad idea. The highly suspect recent Yang for New York City executive staff shuffle. He talks about that as well. There's a lot of, so when you look at the marketing for Yang, we're going to take a look at that in a moment. You're going to see that a lot of this stuff is actually quite, it looks like it's like out of an Abercrombie and Fitch ad. It doesn't look like it's actually, actually anything organic, and I don't actually recognize a single one of those people that I see in them pictures. Some of the ones at the videos, I did not recognize them, but in the pictures, I don't recognize them at all. The last one's being a nice guy with nice ideas isn't enough, and that's exactly right, There's so many out there that just walk, that talk the talk, but when it comes time to walk the walk, they're just not doing it. And we could see other problematic things, such as his recent backing of the Israeli state machine, that, he's just bowing over. He's just doing what he's being told. And probably they offered his kids, you're going to get into Harvard and Yale and all these things, that, that's what happens to this class of people. They get taken care of, and it's real unfortunate. So that's just the real of what it is. So there's actually quite a few more issues going on with the Yang Gang that I'm going to tell you guys about today. So I actually outlined some of them on my actual YouTube channel right here. So let's go to my channel over here, and you can find this playlist over here. Where is it called? Yang Gang? I should make that active again. So I'll put the Yang Gang videos up here. Do I have in my playlists here? So I'll put my Yang Gang one right here, okay? So that'll be coming up soon. Let me go to my playlist now and find the Yang Gang one. So one of the big problems is that Yang has really started to play a lot more with the establishment. And we know that the establishment is often not very good for, taking care of the interests of the common man. So we could see over here, this one is, I've done several, that are pro Yang Gang, to tell you the truth. But over here, we can see this one, Grace Meng, Vice Chair of the DNC. She never actually, this is a good video to watch right here, yeah? Honestly, I still think it's a cool organization. But you can see that there's someone named Grace Meng who actually does not support UBI. His signature, policy, her opponent supported UBI. But Yang, over policy, decided to go with who would get him into power. This is a huge problem, because then Yang is sending a signal up to the people above him that he cannot win on his policy. He must utilize their infrastructure to get himself into power. That means he has no power, and he is actually beholden to the establishment. So, Crystal Ball, Sagar, and Jetty, I know you guys are a fan of the guy, but really, you didn't listen to me about MPP. Now, Our Revolution LA is walking, saying that it's undemocratic. You received the emails. I've emailed a bunch of other big YouTubers. I'm not going to say their names right now, because I understand, they think they're talking to the big shots. They think that they're talking to the ones in charge. But, a real true investigative reporter needs to get in on the ground and see what's actually going on, because I tell you, it's a whole different story down there, yeah? I'm an activist first, a YouTuber second, so I'm a different category here, yeah? But look, this Grace Meng thing, okay, let me tell you how problematic this is. Because the thing is that Grace Meng herself is problematic, but then she comes with a parade, a train of crap behind her, okay? There's another candidate named Ron Kim. Also, because he's part of the establishment, right? Originally, the establishment wants the Asian American leaders to turn their backs on Yang, because he's from outside of their particular, their zone of comfort right there. Andrew Yang is an outsider to the process, right? So Ron Kim is there talking crap about Andrew Yang, and then once it looks like Andrew Yang is actually able to gain some kind of political following, then Ron Kim completely turns the other direction. So on the NYC Yang Gang page, which was actually attempted to be steered into another name called Humanity First Movement, which is this whole manipulation game that is possibly going on. Some people say it's not, but the way it's lining up, honestly, is just very problematic, and it's hard to believe that this is all coincidence, really. Yeah, maybe one or two of these things could be coincidence, but the whole thing is very troubling. And I've actually pushed this issue way beyond. So let's get to some more of the issues about what's going on here with the Grace Meng situation. So the reason why it's troubling is not only is Grace Meng, right, getting herself endorsed, then Ron Kim, who's part of her clique, is getting in too, right? So the guy named Stephen Lee, who's been working on the ground for Yang at some of the biggest events. You could see that I did a story on him because he was running for a position, and he was not endorsed in order to endorse Ron Kim, who's part of the machine down here, right? You look at Grace Meng, most of her supporters are not actually Asian American. A lot of them, most of them are Jewish, because she really plays to the Jewish state. So, to the people out there that support Israel, I'm not hating on you, okay? But that doesn't mean that people who also, support other solutions, be it, a two-state solution, be it like, Palestine only, whatever other solutions exist, they have a fair chance to make their case. All right, it's not fair to just say, this is what we decided, and that's the end of the story. You cannot prevent discussion and debate. Yeah, that's my position. So that's it. So look, the thing is that Ron Kim is part of that machine. So look, okay, I get it, right? Yeah, my Stephen Lee can't be endorsed because they got someone who's protected. Okay, I could eat that. Not that I'm happy about it. Look, I know that, we're not entitled to anything. So I'm trying to say, Steve, go for a city council position. But guess what? They have another machine candidate lined up. Her name's Sandra Ung. You can actually see it on the Twitter. And it's actually, I knew already. Yeah, I knew who it was. Yeah, where is it? Okay. It is disgusting. So they are assuring that the future will not change. They are this one right here. Yo, it's so stupid. Okay, let's take a look right here. Okay, bam. Sandra Ung. Grace has endorsed our campaign for city council. Grace has been a close friend and colleague for years. And I am proud to call her my congresswoman. Despite the allegations of corruption and wild problems at the DNC, you are proud to be her friend. And why are you running? Who are you? Where is your conviction to do the right thing, Sandra Ung? Or do you just kind of like your friend is kind of could use a friend in there that's going to do all kind of dirty business? This is not cool. Hey, look, I'm real frustrated about this. Okay, this is the machine pipeline that actually Yang is part of installing. So y'all, when Bernie Land and Tulsi Land that are not paying attention to this, if you let him take over New York City and he starts to greenlight stuff for Biden, like Wall Street type of shenanigans, this is really freaking serious. Now, let's see what else is there. That's not all of it. Okay, so the thing is that I would be willing to stomach even these problems, because nothing's perfect, if there was a way for me to get my issues attended to, or for me to somehow gain audience, or to somehow have a way to establish foothold within the group and to start to champion an alternate way of doing things. I'm not saying they can't continue to push this establishment route. Remember, I'm even willing to sacrifice and say, you know what, you have a guy you got lined up, okay, but, give us a future. But there's no future for us. There's none. You are not allowed, right? It's going to be paraded there, people, and you are never, ever, ever going to be cut in, ever. And I've seen that before, and I've been hip to the game from day one, yeah? And I sniffed out things immediately. And some people at Yang Gang, they're not used to that, right? They're used to, like, maybe a lot of them are young, coming from school, or, maybe even, like, non-corporate, like, job situations. When you're in corporate, it's kind of like this, okay? Yeah? It's dog-eat-dog world corporate type mentality, you know what I mean? What have you done for me lately? How much money are you making me? End the story, yeah? That's the way they play this game. I don't know how many of y'all mess around in it, but I've been into those environments. Believe it or not. Okay, so, and Andrew Yang, you know what I mean? They probably promised his kids everything. They probably gave the man everything that he ever needed and said, look, we'll let you even try to make some difference, but in the end, we're going to make certain calls and you're going to have to come along board. And he said, okay. Yeah, this is very clear to me. And he's already getting on board with this whole Israel thing for no reason. And his organization is actually shutting out volunteers and preventing. Yeah, his organization actually got rid of me on some straight BS. I actually brought Movement for a People's Party, me. I was the New York coordinator for Movement for a People's Party. I brought Yang Gang into the fold and organized the largest and most successful event of that particular campaign for the Movement for People's Party, along with Yang Gang. They had a convention. They didn't invite me to speak. I didn't even make one peep, because I don't care about myself getting fame or glory. All I wanted was for those two groups to learn to work together. But what they did was, the leadership played dirty games. Now the Our Revolution LA has just left MPP, citing reasons for, lack of democratic leadership and things like that. I warned Yang Gang about this a long time ago, but they didn't have time for to listen, or other people were connected with Nick Brana, for some reason, and they were resistant, or actually tried to cover up and cause problems for me at the organization, which was really sad. So, but the light's all coming out, and this series is just about to begin. So we're going to go on a deep dive into Yang Gang land. Yeah, so keep tuned. Please subscribe. And we're going to actually probably get an interview with this guy, Andre, coming up. And Zach, yeah, this guy right here. There's so much I have to tell you about this particular story, yeah? And it's going to dip into local politics all over the place. Yep, we're getting AOC involved, all of that. Burning World, you guys need to know. I need your help now, yeah? He will change the face of New York in the wrong way. You guys need to get involved on this right now. This is SOS. Thank you.
It's a dark day in our nation when high-level authorities will seek to use every method to silence dissent. The truth must be told.
And if you want the truth, you need to check out independent media producers just like myself, DJ L7. You should subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notifications when I release a new video.
The truth of these
We
words
are on all
is
the major
beyond doubt.
platforms. That includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course YouTube. Unfortunately, we have definitely seen that these mainstream outlets will cave to corporate interests, so we encourage you to join our independently moderated communities of Reddit and Discord. We also encourage you to subscribe to us on BitChute and Dailymotion so you can see the content that YouTube doesn't want us to let you see. Hey, now it's time for the most important part of the video. That's right. It's time for us to tell you about the Taking Action Group. Do you need an activist? Or maybe there's no activists around willing to help you with your cause and you need to learn to become an activist. That's exactly why we're here. Every week we get up with people from across the nation, in fact even sometimes internationally, and we develop strategies and a game plan to address the issues that are affecting all of us. Every week myself from New York City and of course my co-host Lisa from Los Angeles provide a coast-to-coast perspective on what's going on in the country. If you want to donate to help out with expenses, travel, equipment, stuff like that, then I definitely appreciate it, and you can hit us off at Venmo or PayPal. Thanks a lot. Hey, by the way, we also have a merch store, so check it out. Oh my goodness, it seems like you've reached the end of the video, so make sure you check out some of our other videos. Make sure you subscribe. This is your last chance to do so thanks a lot. And looking forward to seeing you on the next one. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please comment below if you have any questions or issues you'd like me to address. And if you're an activist, the time to make things happen is now.